Hi guys, good morning and welcome to today's Products in Focus. Global markets are resuming the slide again, even in the back of some positive data within the US last night. Positive ISM numbers, good manufacturing, but Germany kind of didn't do quite so well this morning, showing a real slide. Thoughts being that the Russian sanctions or the potential Russian sanctions will hit hard. There's a lot less business confidence in the Eurozone. US 30 there touched potential support at 16,400 last night. Bounced off there, still floating around there today, but most global markets are not showing much conviction to recover this morning. There seems to be a lot of weight and certainly pressure pushing these markets down. Look at the UK 100 breaking below 6666. We're actually down below the low that we had just on Thursday there last week. Next potential support is actually at 65.81, and this looks like a kind of a bugle formation that we're getting here with extending highs but also extending lows potentially going to be prevalent. And the Japan 225, it's also come off. It's about 1% down, following on from yesterday's quite aggressive sell-off. And this obviously is not necessarily a dollar yen shifted move. We are looking at next potential support at 14.977. We're trading below the 55 period SMA. Certainly a lot of pressure on Japan 225. Looking at crude oil West Texas, it touched 97 yesterday before bouncing up. We're now between two ranges, 97 and 99. People should be looking at crude oil at these levels longer term is going to be a benefit for the global economy. The lower we get down, people kind of look at crude oil as being like the fuel of the economy, or kind of a taxation on the economy, I should say. So if oil prices are low, it means you're paying less tax. If oil prices are high, you're paying, let's say, a higher tax because oil is so widely utilized across all commerce, across the global economy. In fact, I actually missed out dollar yen right there. Dollar yen, we've been seeing some interesting moves in the US dollar overnight, especially good against the euro dollar. That's where a lot of people will be looking. But the dollar in particular actually managed to get back up to dollar yen. Sorry, managed to get up to 102.87 on the back of those better than expected results in the US. But we're slowly kind of drifting back down again as it might be a little bit of safe haven yen buying. I can see euro yen's just absolutely tanked it as well. But potential resistance still remains at 102.90. It kind of feels like any slither of good news coming out of the US was because the dollar bills are still in play will help to propel the US dollar up higher. And euro dollar probably where a lot of the action is right now because of the state of the eurozone and Germany. So looking at gold, I had a little bit of a kind of reprieve yesterday. Kind of volatile session again. Stronger US dollar perhaps pushing it down. I still think we're probably in this kind of wedge formation that we've talked about the last couple of sessions. And we'll get a breakout one direction or the other. Certainly when there's this sort of level of fear in the market, you'd be thinking that gold would be doing quite well. But a testament to the fact that it's not shooting up in the positive territory that most traders should be looking at. 12.95 is the potential resistance to keep your eyes on. So moving on to euro dollar, it's again moving lower. A negative session yesterday, negative session again today. I'm actually going to put this level on here at spot 33. That's the next potential support level on the common currency, then followed by spot 31.93. We don't have a huge amount of US data. We do have trade balance and UK industrial production and crude oil inventories, which will be interesting, as last crude oil inventories were quite bullish, which added extra pressure to West Texas crude. Looking at cable, we actually had a bounce on Monday and Tuesday. We are in the middle of two ranges right now. That economic data due out today for the UK will be another driver for cable. We're in between two ranges right now, spot 69.23 and spot 68.20. And if we fast forward on to tomorrow, got more German industrial production figures. That'll be kind of interesting. Interest rate announcements in the Eurozone and the UK, and jobless claims in the US. So there is a fair amount of fundamentals still sloshing around out there. And as I said, there is a little bit of pressure still looking to be found on the global equity markets. Keep your eye on the chart forum to get updates from our global analyst team. They'll be looking at things from a technical perspective for the next couple of sessions, and make sure you make insights part of your layout. And join me again tomorrow to find out what happened next.